Okay, so by now you should be familiar with the shape that a cubic takes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we can plot a cubic from a table of values. So I've got the cubic y equals x cubed plus 2, and it's for values of x between -2 and 2. So let's start by filling in our table of values. So when x is -2, I'm going to cube that. That's going to give me -8. So -2 multiplied by -2 gives you +4. Multiplied by -2 gives you -8. Plus 2, so that's -6. For -1, -1 cubed is -1. Plus 2 is 1. 0 cubed is 0, plus 2 is 2. 1 cubed is 1, plus 2 is 3. 2 cubed is 8, plus 2 is 10. So we can see here that there's no symmetry unlike the quadratic, and that's because we get that strange shape. Now this is a positive cubic, so it's going to be starting from the bottom left and coming up like that and heading up into the top right. So let's plot these points and see if we can actually form this cubic now. Remember, this is essentially sketching. We're not going to be completely accurate. So first coordinate pair is -2 and -6. That's going to be down here. -1 and 1. So that's going to be there. 0, 2. So that's there on the y-axis. 1 and 3. So across to 1 all the way up to 3. And then 2 and 10. 2 and 10, that's all the way up there. Now, because there's no x squared term or x term, we can see here that this is a very faint cubic. You can see that those turning points are almost non-existent. So, something like that. Now, I'm not expecting 100% accuracy, but just try and get a relatively smooth curve going through those points. Now these sort of turning points here will become more pronounced as we add x terms. If you have a look at the interactive slider that I've linked as well, that should help. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. So I've got value for the cubic x to the power 3, or x cubed, take away ax plus 1, and it's for values between -3 and 3. Often you'll be given appropriate values, but if not, especially for higher, you need to think about what appropriate values might be. That's sort of an added level of difficulty. Okay, so -3 cubed, -3 times -3 is 9, times by -3 is -27. So I might actually need to do a little bit of working out for the bigger numbers. So I've got -27, take away 8 times -3, which is, we're taking away -24. Now be careful here, because I'm taking away a negative. That's the same as adding a positive, plus 1. So -27, add 24, that becomes -3, plus 1. So that's going to be -2 there. Probably the hardest one we're going to need to do. Okay, -2 cubed, well, we already know that that is a -8, because we've done some of these numbers already. Take away -8 times by take away 8 times by -2. So that's essentially adding 16. So look, we've got -8 taking away 8 times by -2, which is the same as taking away -16, which is the same as adding 16. So I've got -8 add 16. That's going to give me plus 8, and then add 1. So that's going to be 9. -1 cubed is 1. Take away 8 times by -1. So we're adding 8. So we're going to get 7. Plus 1 is 8. 0 cubed, 0. Take away 8 times 0 is 0, 1. 1 cubed is 3. Take away 8 times by 1, so this time we are going down. That's going to be negative 5, plus 1 is 6. Oh no, sorry, it's negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. So be careful there, easy to make a mistake there. I'll just go over that in black. Negative 4. Okay. 2 cubed is 8. Take away 16 is negative 8. Plus 1 is negative 7. 3 cubed is 27. Take away 24 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. Okay, so let's plot these points now. So we've got negative 3, negative 2. I've got negative 2, 9. So we can see this one's already much more pronounced, isn't it? Negative 1, 8. So we can see it's starting to come back down. 0, 1. 1, negative 4. 2, negative 7. And 3, 4. So this is much different. So if we again look, it's a positive cubic, so we're starting at the bottom, we're going to come up, go back down, and then go all the way up. It's really important you make that association between a positive or a negative. So we're going to start like this. Now try not to feather it. That's not great. Let's try again. We're going to come up. We're going to have to assume that this is our turning point, but remember we're sketching here, so it's not the end of the world if we're not massively accurate. And I'm just going to go over that in black because my first point was slightly wrong to begin with. There we go. So we've plotted the cubic, or sketched I should say, y equals x cubed, take away 8x plus 1, and you can see there that that x term has really accentuated those turning points, whereas here there was no x point, no x term, and it was just very mild.